All right, a very special guest for the Strawberry and Lizette Mexican Ginger podcast, super actor and man of the people, Noel G is here with us.
Like, let me pay you for that.
Come on.
Hold up, Doc.
So,
how you guys doing?
there's a lot on your plate, a lot we want to talk about. I just found out that you are quite familiar with our little corner of the world, the city of Sacramento. You're like, oh, I know this place.
Yeah. I got a lot of memories over here.
Come here often?
Yeah, my ex-wife, she's from here.
Okay.
Sacramento. Yeah, so I used to come out here all the time back in the day.
Wow. What was your go-to food spot?
Benihana's, believe it or not. There was a Benihana somewhere around
There
here.
was one out here.
I forget where it was at, but yeah, I love that. And I don't know, I'm not really like that. I had McDonald's, I'm still a McDonald's guy.
Sure.
I'm still Burger King and all that.
Exquisite taste.
Right. I know, what a stretch, right? She was like, I go to a place that's simple. I go to tacos here.
I thought it was going to be like a restaurant, like a local.
Right.
Locally owned.
Like I know the chef's name. Well, I opened up a little joint back in the day. No, I'm playing.
I was going to say, really? So there's a lot
Home
of...
cooking.
Home cooking is the greatest.
That was my flavor, right?
Same.
There's a lot of movies and a lot of projects that we want to promote. But first, Lizette is going to give you a quiz just to see how well the rest of this podcast and interview is going to go.
The pressure.
It's called the morality test.
All right, I'm with it.
I gave it to Strawberry, and his results were inconclusive because he couldn't come up with an answer.
Oh,
you'll do better than me.
And this is I'm remembering off the top of my head, so I'll do my best.
I got inconclusive. That's a big word. I like all that. And you have a Cholo on set. You might have to use
That's a
Benihana
word to a McDonald's customer.
Right.
I don't know an easier word.
That sounded very extraordinary to my external auditory miatas. Henceforth,
Okay.
I'm with it.
I actually saw this.
I only been to college once, and it was to drop somebody off. So
well, that counts.
All right.
I went to college once for a year for nursing school.
Ain't mad at you.
And here I am.
There you are.
We see how that worked out. Okay, so hypothetically, right?
Throw it at me.
You have a kid who's like middle school age. And for the past few days, he's been coming home like roughed up, beat up, bruises. So you and your wife go talk to him, right? Like, hey, what's been going on? And he tells you about this bully at school who has been picking on him, starting fights, like stealing his lunch money, things like that, right?
I'm a Cobra Kai him out. Quick.
Yeah, see?
No,
I jumped to that answer also.
But wait.
All
let
right.
me finish, okay?
Here we go.
So you and your wife are like, what should we do about this? Your wife says, I'll go talk to the principal Monday about this kid. So you guys are like, okay, cool. The next day is it's Saturday, it's the weekend. Your wife's cooking dinner and your son's like, hey, I'm gonna go down to the store. Can I go get some snacks? And you guys are like, yeah, fine. Go to the store, give him, $5, whatever. He goes down to the store. About 10, 15 minutes later, he comes running back into the house, right? Shook up. And you guys are like, what's going on? He says, while he was walking to the store, he ran into his bully. His bully started picking on him again, and your son decided to fight back. So he pushes him. The bully falls back, trips over himself, hits his head on the concrete, and doesn't move. So your son freaks out and runs back into the house. So you guys are like, oh, shoot, like, what the fuck? Basically,
Yeah.
So your wife's like, let me go down there and kind of, scope it out a little bit. So she goes down there. By the time she gets there, there's a big crowd of people around this kid. He's still on the concrete. There's ambulance, there's police. And she's like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, this kid is just here dead. Like, we just found him here and nobody knows what happened. Nobody saw anything. So your wife's like, oh, damn, that's crazy. She goes back to the house and tells you, like, the kid's fucking dead. And our son pushed him. Like, yeah, it was an accident. Nobody saw, we think. But, like, what should we do?
What do you do?
What would you do?
First, I do a camera search.
That's what I said. Look for cameras. Yes.
I'll be like, hold up. It's your kid, man.
Because there's cameras everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere.
Yeah, nowadays there are.
You can never be too sure.
Nowadays you can't even piss in private. You know what I'm saying? It's getting that bad. I wouldn't be surprised if they're putting cameras underneath the water in toilets.
They do. What?
Oh, damn. Hello. Finding out some deep stuff. We're going deep. In all honesty, man, that's one of the toughest situations ever. But because it's your kid first and foremost, that's a tough situation with anyone ever. And that's a very, very good question. Next question.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like,
You cannot be also inconclusive.
No, I got you. That's a tough one to answer.
That is a tough one.
What do you do?
It was kind of funny because I got in trouble with the law a lot, back in the days. And one thing that my lawyer told me that I never thought about it before was whenever I used to get busted for a case, I always used to just say, I'm innocent, it wasn't me, I didn't do it, right? But what my lawyer explained to me is like, that's not the way to approach any case at all. What you're really supposed to do is say the reason why this happened was because of X, Y, Z. So, the reason why, because I'll give you one small, and I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to make this super quick. I was on the freeway one time, and a car that was in front of me, a pipe or something came from underneath their car, and it shattered my windshield.
Ooh.
So I started high beaming the guy, flashing the high beams. But there's two ways to high beam someone.
Oh, yeah.
You could keep it on, and that's saying, F you, or you can flash it, and that's saying there's trouble to stop. But he took off, and I went after him. Long story short, I got arrested, and I was like, hold up. My windshield is shattered. I'm the victim in this case.
Yeah.
And you're arresting me? Like, I didn't get it, So I went in the whole time saying, I'm innocent. Like, I didn't do nothing. I'm the victim. My windshield got shattered. Something came off of his car, shattered. I was just trying to get him in the moment so he doesn't run.
Yeah.
He can pay for my windshield and whatever. So my lawyer was saying, but you are guilty. You're guilty of chasing him on the freeway. And your reaction was guilty. Not what caused the whole, but your reaction, your reaction should have been different. You should have went a different route. You should have got his license plate and, whatever.
Yeah.
But, so I was guilty on the part of how I went about it after.
How you reacted.
Afterwards. So what I would do, in all honesty, learning that, I would explain to my child, hey, look, you need to, deal with the situation responsibly. But when you're in court or you're talking to your lawyer or whatever, you need to tell the reason of why you pushed them. What led up to the situation, what happened, it was in self-defense or whatever have you. I wouldn't just go in and say, no, I'm innocent. I would say, no, I was at the store. This guy was bullying me. This is what occurred. And in self-defense, I pushed him. And that's what happened. And the reason why I ran is because I was scared of the consequences or whatever. But I would explain to my kid to do it the right way. But, having that knowledge from my past, I would be able to give my kid that type of advice. So that's the way I would go about it, in all honesty. I would say, hey, look, you need to go back there. You need to man up to it. And, you need to deal with it and explain why you were doing what you did.
Lawyer
Don't
up.
just pull the innocent card.
Handle the situation. See, me and you, we're like this. We're the same.
Hello.
This motherfucker over here.
What did I say? I forgot what
You're
I
like,
said.
you would have put your kid in eyewitness protection.
You're like, we're leaving. We're leaving.
Oh, I did say we're leaving.
We're going to pack and we're going to leave.
That's funny, bro. Yeah,
Be on the run forever?
Yeah.
It is a really tough question, it really is. Because, of course, you love your kid and you'll do anything that you can for your kid, of course. But, I think that, if you let your kid get away with one thing, that can escalate into something bigger later that could turn into something worse that you can't get away with.
Yeah.
And
You're training them to do the wrong thing.
Yeah, now you got, that's why I'm all jacked up. No, I'm just playing.
No, I was gonna
From when I was a kid, but I'm just saying,
You seem like you're doing pretty well.
yeah, because I learned from my mistakes, which you hopefully hope someone does.
Yeah.
Good point.
So I'm just making that point that, I would, again, teach my kid responsibly and say, hey, look, just explain why you did what you did. And admit your reaction was wrong or whatever. And, yeah, you're going to get some time for it, but you're going to get longer time if you try to run and skip out.
Yeah.
Now you're going to add an extra 10 years to your sentence when you could have done 5.
Yeah.
And done 2.
You might go to jail, son, but we'll visit you.
Yeah,
We'll visit. Of course, we'll
It'll be
visit.
fine.
Send him some food, That's the point. But,
And he's a juvenile.
Put some money on your books.
Maybe he goes to
Do
the
they do that?
ranch.
but
For kids, I don't know how that works.
here's one thing I will say, though. It's kind of funny. I will say this, though. The truth of it is, too, just to tell anyone something a lot of people could say what they would do in a situation, and they could have a pre-plan or whatever have you. But the truth of it is, you never know what you're going to do until you're in that situation.
Yeah, I think of that all the time.
When you're in that situation, what you're going to do off reaction or in the moment, that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, like you'd like to think if you saw, I would like to think anyways, like if I saw like a car accident or if I saw like a kid being snatched, that I would intervene and try to like help the person or help the kid or do this and that. But in the moment, I'm like, honestly, I don't know. Like I might be scared.
In the moment, you might freeze or whatever.
Yeah.
You might run and save the day. Like you don't know what you're going to do until you're in it.
Yeah.
You can always have a preconception, but it's like, see, I used a big word too. I'm trying to keep up with you.
That's a Benny Hanna word,
See,
Noel.
right there?
Saying hello. Hello. I'm
See,
trying
you
to
know,
keep
you
up.
need-
I'm
you
trying
know
to keep
stuff.
up with iHeart Intelligence.
Oh, come
you know?
on. Says the movie star who's been with Denzel Washington, John Travolta, and Jim Carrey. Really? You're trying to keep up with us?
Trying to keep up with you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
Do you want to learn a new word?
You always got to remember where you're from first.
That's
bro.
true.
This-
None of that other stuff means anything.
This word was so like ridiculous sounding when I heard it that I thought it was not a real word. And then I looked it up. It's a real word. And I heard it used in an actual sentence too. Cattywampus.
That sounds like a Willy Wonka word. I thought that was like some new candy or something.
Make
You know what
I
mean?
know. And I heard it used.
So what does it mean? Because I never even heard that before. So you put
It
me in the
means-
Twilight Zone right now.
It
Straight
means
up.
like, okay, I have this cup of pencils right here, and if one of them is like this, like not straight, and it's kind of like crooked to the side or whatever, it's cattywampus.
Oh, wow.
Out of order, just a little askew.
Yes.
You guys taking me back to Boys in the Hood. You going to learn today.
You gonna
You gonna
learn.
learn today. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
cattywampus. So you can
Today
use
we teach him.
you
We're
can
teaching
use
you how
it
to
now.
spoke and everything.
You can use it now, and then people are gonna be like, "Damn, like he's kind of smart."
I got you. I'm with it. All right,
Cattywampus.
cool.
If
There you
that
go.
pops up in the script of your next movie, like if
I
that's
might-
one of your lines, we're like, oh, he shouted us
I
out.
might throw it in the mix. I might throw it in the mix.
He knows,
Gotta live on the edge,
he knows
right?
me.
Hello. And I'll give you all the credit for it. I promise. You'll be in the credits too. You'll be in the writer's credits too. Don't trip. I got in the fine print. I got you. I got
Yes.
you.
So what is it like?
I got you.
What is it like being on set and doing movies? Like, did you ever imagine that you would be here?
Oh no, never in my life. I'm literally a right place, right time story. But you know, being on set, I think we have one of the funnest jobs in the world because we're always doing a different thing. It's never the same thing. It's always a different location. It's always different people. So I think we have one of the funnest, jobs in the world. I just, I love what I do. Nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Sure.
But I would just go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs with one of those because I had them back in the day. So the job we do is a fun job because we get to do stuff like this,
Right.
stuff like that. We're all over the place. So I like it for those reasons. You never know what you're walking into. It's literally like Forrest Gump. It's a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get.
And tell, because we have experiences with with artists and with groups that that we grew up listening to, and now we get to introduce them on stage. We get to interview them backstage. We get to talk about, oh my God, that was the guy from the movie I loved. And it's hard for us sometimes to fight being starstruck. You could be shoulder to shoulder with John Travolta and Denzel Washington and a list of other A-listers. Do you also have problems being starstruck? You obviously put it to the back of your mind, but do you get starstruck every now and then with the people that you get to rub shoulders with?
I'll be real with you, man. When I first started, I did.
Yeah.
I was kind of like on set, not even believing that I was even worthy of being on set or even here. I was like, it was like an unbelievable thing. Like, I can't believe I'm on set right now. Like, I'm tripping. Like, me, like, out of all people. And long story short, at the starting of the career, I'll be real, I did get starstruck because, again, I was in disbelief of what I was doing with who I was doing it with. But as time went on, I've been doing this for over 30 plus years. I'll just be real. Now it's just a lifestyle and it's whatever. You know what I mean? I'm over that now. It's not like there's only one person though that I will keep it 100% honest that I would get starstruck over, that I would straight up I would fan geek out.
Hold on,
Do you hear the change in his voice right now?
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah. You don't even need
about
to
to
write it down because
cry.
he's probably one of yours too. But
Yep.
this is the only person I would be starstruck over, where I would be like, you gotta be.
God.
Oh, I know what you wrote it down for, to see if Al Pacino.
Oh. Yep. Same.
Al Pacino, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I would geek out over some Al Pacino moments, but
He's an OG.
I've been very blessed. I've worked with Mel Gibson, Clint Eastwood, Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
The ones you mentioned. I've been very, very blessed. But Al Pacino, I might be like nice like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, Noel, that's not your line.
Who did you write?
He's the man, dog. He's still making babies at 80. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But do you?
he rocking it.
But do you want to be having babies at 80? Like, be honest.
No, hell no. I'm just
but
saying.
he's just
Like,
the man
I'm just,
still.
I think he,
That's not okay.
put one out a year. I
That's
don't
not
know.
that
but
impressive. Like,
I'm
guys
just-
can have babies at any age.
I'm just kidding, but
Let's-
you get what I'm saying. She went deep on me.
She
Damn.
did. She did.
I played your game, play mine.
No, not that great.
kind of radio show is this, man? This is an I Heart with no heart.
Yeah, don't attack the guest.
I Heart with no heart.
Don't attack the
I'm not
guest.
attacking the
I'm
guest.
out of here. Time's up.
Let's
Thank you guys for
let's
having
talk
me.
about the girl that had his
man.
baby. That's
Hello.
more impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have another hypothetical for that?
Yeah, good point.
Wait, who did you write down?
I wrote Jessica Alba.
Didn't you meet her already?
Oh, that's
I know, but I was
That's my that's my
starstruck.
crush.
big time
Jessica
crush.
Alba's
Yeah.
Have you have you met Michael
I'd
B.
make a
Jordan?
baby with her, just out of respect.
Oh yeah, I respect on
you
GP.
know?
Yeah.
Have you met Michael B. Jordan?
No, I never met him.
When you do, can you tell him I love him?
I will. I'll pass the message.
Are you okay in your chair?
Yeah, I'm like, what happened
What
to the
happened to
chair?
your
I'm like, oh, hello. I know, it went down for whatever reason.
We gave you the prepaid chair. It only lasts for a certain amount.
I know. You know what it was? She said, you met Michael Jordan? I was like, no. Sorry. I'm like, no, sorry. I didn't get
Okay,
him in.
I had so many questions come up.
No.
What was your 9 to
I
5?
need to know with her now which ones are hypothetical and which ones are real. Because you should.
Oh yeah,
What
yeah.
you mean?
This one is a real
I'm
question.
playing, I'm
The 9 to
playing.
5.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is a real question. What
All right,
was your
fine.
9 to 5? What did you do before you started acting?
I did all kinds of stuff, straight up, straight out. I worked in Denny's. I worked in Olive Garden. I worked at Carl's Jr. I worked at Burger King. I worked at a place called Pizza Mania, delivered pizzas, Kmart, Walmart.
Never Benihana?
Kmart. I know. I wish,
Damn.
man. I wish I would have thrown that in the mix.
Add that to the
But I
resume.
worked a lot of 9 to 5s though, straight up. Straight
What
out
was the
before.
best one and what was the worst one or like the weirdest one?
My best one was Kmart.
Yeah?
that was the
Really?
longest job I had. I worked 1 year on the cash register at Kmart. And I used to unload the trucks. Some of the stuff made it in the store, and some of the stuff made it to my place.
I gotcha.
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So I think
be
at
like
one
that.
point, no lie, no joke, I can't even make this up. My whole living room and bedroom was Kmart.
Kmart.
I
Still
had,
had the
like,
stickers on it.
yeah, it had all the tags on it and
tags.
everything. You know what I'm saying? So
Damn.
Kmart was my favorite. You know, some stuff made it in, some I was like, put that over.
They don't need this.
Sure.
Yeah. I was like, I'll take it off their hands.
That's why there's no Kmart no
I was
more.
like, oh, you got 10 boxes of that? I could take 2.
Yeah. I'll make it easier.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the worst one? Worst 9 to 5.
The worst one was Walmart. And I'll tell you why. I literally only worked at Walmart for 2 days.
Whoa.
I got into a situation there because I told them that I'm an actor. And I told them this at the orientation. And no, I got a better story than that.
Okay.
Well, should I finish the Walmart?
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me
yeah,
both.
yeah.
I
We have
do
time
got
for
one
both.
better story than that, though.
Yeah.
But I just remember, too, because I worked at Disneyland also. And that's
cool.
my best story, and I forgot about that one.
Damn.
But I worked
You wore
at,
many hats.
And the place that I worked at Disneyland is still there to this day, Stage Door Cafe.
Oh,
It's
yeah, of
still
course.
there to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little chicken finger, cheeseburger spot.
Yeah.
But the Walmart I'm going to zoom through because I want to tell more of the Disneyland one.
Okay.
But Walmart, keep it super quick, get to the bone, cut out the fat. I told them I'm
got
an
all the
actor,
flavor.
but this was at the time that I never done anything in acting.
Okay.
So they looked at me like I'm crazy. And I said, sometimes I get auditions, but I don't get noticed. So I go, I'm just letting you guys know now that if I get an audition for a job, that I'm going to have to leave and go to the audition. And they said, okay, cool.
Sure.
So I said, you guys are cool with that. And I had made this clear in orientation, in the interview. I told them that. But I think they were looking at me like, this guy's crazy. He ain't no actor.
He's
Like,
not gonna miss work
Because I
to act.
didn't do nothing yet,
Right.
right? So I wasn't, quote unquote, known yet. So my very second day working at Walmart, I got an audition. And I told my manager straight up, I go, I got an audition for a movie, and I go, I got to go to the audition. And she goes, well, you can't go. She goes, you're working on the register, and we have no one to cover you.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, no. I go, but I made this clear. I go, I said this in the interview and the orientation that if I get an audition, I got to go. And she's like, well, you can't go. I go, well, I'm going. And I'll come back tomorrow. And when I come back tomorrow, we'll find out what happens or what doesn't happen.
Right.
Sure.
And I just walked out. And it was funny. So I came back the next day thinking I got a job. And they were like, we'll have your check for you in a week. So
That's
I ended up
ballsy.
getting a check for like $78 or something like that.
How old were you at that time? That you stood
I
on
was like-
business right then.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, 22.
All
No,
right.
I was
Yeah.
younger than that. I was 19 or 18. I was somewhere in that range.
That was pretty ballsy
Yeah,
for you
yeah.
to do. Yeah.
I didn't care because I just didn't care. I had
Sure.
nothing to lose at the time. And for me, it was so easy to get jobs, and interviewing processes.
Yeah.
I just knew how to
It was
do
worth
it, you know?
that risk was worth taking. Like
Yeah, it was like-
I could get this acting
I was
gig.
always confident that I knew I could get another job if
Right.
I lose a job. So I was never worried about losing a job.
Damn.
But I tell people, like, if they want to get in the acting game, you got to have a job that's flexible, that you can leave when you want to leave. In LA, every valet parker and every
They're
hotel
also-
worker and waitress and waiter, is an actor, an actress, or in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you need a job that will let you go. You know what I mean?
So there's two things, and Lizette's probably heard this story a million times, Noel, but there's two things I want to do in quote unquote Hollywood, right?
Yeah, Hollywood. I call it
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yeah, I call it Hollywood.
You
just so
would.
we're clear.
Kmart. Half the boxes get home.
See, now they're using my secrets against me, man.
That's why you
I
don't
can't
tell
win
him
if I'm
nothing.
winning, man. Yeah.
Secret of trust.
They
Circle of
teaming up
trust.
on me here.
Circle of
So,
trust here.
All I gotta do is whistle, and it's game over for you guys. All the homies come. No,
I want to be.
Do it. Let me see.
I want to be in a commercial, but I also want to be a dead body, like on Law and Order, CSI, something like. There's a lot of movies and shows that need dead bodies.
Done. That's a phone call away.
I want to be an actor dead body. I don't want to be a real dead body, but I want to be a dead body in some TV show.
That's easy to make that dream happen.
Really?
Yeah, that's a phone call away. That's easy, man. You want to be someone dead?
I do. I want to be a dead. Like, don't give me any lines. I don't want to rehearse or block or
Right,
anything.
right.
Like,
You just want to
I
lay
want one
there
line.
and mind your business.
yes, lay there, mind my business. I'll be.
I don't know if I could not breathe for that long, though.
It's funny because if you carefully look at a
They're
lot
breathing.
of movies,
I always look.
Me too.
yeah, and you see it then, right?
Yeah.
You see what I see?
Their chest move or their
All the time,
You have
all
to
the
like
time.
learn how to breathe without moving. It's just too much work.
Yeah, it's hard. I know.
Noel's gonna hook that up though. Speaking of movies though, let's
Okay,
talk
wait.
Okay, I want to talk about the John Travolta movie. Go ahead.
Okay, wait. Disneyland story.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
I was gonna leave it alone. No, big deal.
No,
No big
I
deal.
want to
brought it
hear.
All right, I'll make it super quick. So, when I worked at Disneyland, I was there for about 4 to 5 months. And what they do at Disneyland at that time, because I worked at Disney, I do remember the age at that time. I worked there at Disneyland when I was 15 years old.
Holy
15
cow.
Years old.
Was that your first job then at 15?
No. Delivering newspapers was.
Same. Yep.
And then, so I had a little bicycle and
Yep.
Daily Planet. Right? All
You
day
both
long.
are so
the same.
old.
We're the same.
I know, yeah. Oh, she put us out of date.
She did.
Well, I
I
started.
delivered newspapers.
I did a silent
They
film
don't
with
even
Hitchcock. So,
Yeah,
no.
right. It was all black and
I
white.
started when TV was black and white. Exactly. So Disneyland, it was funny. I was there for like 4 to 5 months. But what Disneyland does is they put you on a probation period before they fully hire you
Right.
as an employee.
See if you steal the boxes or not. Yeah, I
See,
gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha.
right. See if you qualify, right?
Steal tickets.
for Disneyland. Disneyland got regulations. You feel me?
I
Yeah.
bet.
So what they did was, when we all got hired, they took a bunch of people from different parts of Disneyland job, and they had a group meeting
Okay.
with all the people that were on probation from their jobs, right? So it was funny. They tell everybody, they go, we're sitting, there's like 40 of us, right? And, they go, so here's what we want you to do. They go, we want you to say your name, say the job that you work at Disneyland, what you do at that job, and tell us one guest experience. So there was people like, hi, my name's Tommy. I work at Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm the ride coordinator. And one time a person came up and said, they had 40 people and they all wanted to be close to each other. So I was having a hard time trying to put them in the boats and figuring out how they can get in the boat this way or that way to all be with each. And then, another person would be like, hi, I'm Sally. I work at the Ferris wheel. And one time, I had a guest ask for and I'm one of the ride coordinators too, and I had like 3 people trying to sit in the same thing, and I had to tell them that only 2 people could sit in the same, and like people were talking like that, right?
Yeah.
So when it got to me, I go, hi, my name's Noel G. I work at Stage Door Cafe. I'm the cash register, and my guest experience was someone asked for a straw, and I gave it to him. And I got...
Did that not go over well?
It didn't go over well at all, man. So everyone starts busting out laughing because everyone was giving the long stories of the demonstration I just did, right?
Right.
And the girl was like, if you want to entertain people, you should work in the parade. And I was like, yeah, you got a connection? Like, I'll do it. Right? But I just thought it was so funny, though, because everyone was giving these long, dragged-out answers.
Right.
And it was crazy because 1 week later, I'm at Stage Door Cafe, and they call me in the back, and they fired me for the most stupidest thing. They told you that you have to wear black boots because
Okay.
they don't want people slipping in the kitchen. But
Got it.
one day I didn't have my black boots, and I wore black tennis shoes. And I think they were just finding
They were looking for a reason.
and they got rid of me, and I was gone. I was out of Disneyland like a week later. So, anyways, that's my Disneyland story. But I think it's funny as hell because
I thought I killed it. I don't know.
I thought I killed it, man, because I just thought it was funny. Because everyone giving these dragged out stories, and I was like, yeah, someone asked me for a straw, and I gave it to him, and I just remember that to this day.
That person was probably mad. Like
maybe it was more of a had to be there moment, but anyways, it was funny for me. Right?
No, it's funny. Good job.
It was funny.
Everybody's
it was a little hard on heart.
Sure.
There it is.
Okay, new movie, which actually comes out.
He's like, let's get to the good stuff.
Well, I don't want you walking away like I didn't promote
we didn't get
any
to
of
talk
my
about
projects.
anything.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't tripping. It's all love.
No,
go
we
ahead,
love
go ahead.
hanging
Fire
with you.
away.
We love hanging with you. So it comes out in 48 hours from now, from the time we're recording this podcast. You and John Travolta on the screen together.
Yeah, very blessed, man. This movie, I haven't seen it yet, so I'll be straight up. I don't know if it's good or not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tell people I do a movie where the movie sucked, but the check didn't suck.
Sure.
Right.
So, I'm just keeping it 100. But
Do you feel like it's good?
I didn't get to go to the premiere, so I didn't.
But I mean, you were in it, right? So
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
You
now,
never
a
know.
lot of
Do
the
you-
times, I don't even read the whole script. I just read my part,
Okay.
and then later I'll watch the movie, and I'll be like, oh, that's why I did what I did. Okay, I got you. Like,
Don't admit that to the
Yeah,
agents out
I
there.
don't care. I don't care. They don't care. As long
Don't
as
you- don't you
my
feel
manager
like-
said, as long as they're still calling you, you're
Right.
straight. You know what I mean?
don't you feel like you need to
It's-
know why you're saying what you're saying to say it correctly?
In the scene, yeah. So I'll read the scene, but the whole movie, that don't matter.
Oh my
You know what I'm
God.
saying? It just
TMZ is
depends,
going
right?
to lift that clip of this
The
podcast and be
way-
like,
Oh,
the comment that killed Noel G's career right here.
The way you just be half-assing through life.
If I'm washing iHeart windows later, you guys making their plants look like animals, you guys understand what happened to me.
That's
So
exactly it.
what's your
But-
role and your character in
So
this
this movie is kind of like Ocean's 11.
I love that
we
stuff.
heist the bank. So John Travolta, Quavo from the Migos is up in it.
Yeah.
Got some good people up in there. So me and Quavo, we played John Travolta's right-hand men. So
Nice.
We're kind of like the sidekicks to John to make sure he could do what he's doing. But yeah, it's similar to Ocean's 11. Like I said, we heist the bank, and I'm assuming it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch it with you guys, and we gonna find out together.
Beautiful.
How
I'm
long
gonna
are,
see what
how
I'm
long
gonna
are
see.
you in town?
I'm gonna see what Rotten Tomatoes says in a minute.
How long are you in town?
Oh, I'm out right after you guys.
Oh,
are done.
damn.
headed back to
I was gonna
Southern
say, let's
California.
go.
Yeah, right
Let's
after
go
you
watch
guys,
it.
I'm out.
Have you ever, I don't know how to ask this.
In English.
Well, come on.
That's tough. It's tough for me.
So
You seem to always play the same role, same character in your movies. Is that something that you are just comfortable doing? Is that just the role that you're always given? Have you ever tried to expand outside of the quote unquote like Mexican cholo and all these films?
Yeah, I tell people I'm like the Mexican Where's Waldo. I'm in everything. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I've been playing that role for a very long time, but someone got to get it right.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I've seen a couple homies, and I'm just like, I don't know. I ain't feeling it. But
Yeah.
So someone got to represent correctly, and there's a couple of us out there, and we're starting to bloom and blossom, and things are happening now finally. And
So you want to stay in this role, like you hold.
I know. I mean, as long as the check clears, I'm good. But no. I mean, I'll do whatever. I believe in if no one gives you an opportunity, you give the opportunity to yourself.
Yeah.
So I started a production company called Entangled Entertainment, where I'm starting to make my own movies, and I'm starting to give myself the opportunity.
Dead
that
body.
others-
You need a dead
That's
body?
what I'm saying.
Dead
It's a
body?
phone call away. I could
Oh,
have
Noel.
used you in my last one.
Find something for me too.
But I got you both. I'm gonna make it go.
Cattywampus.
I got low friends in high places. I make things happen.
I
so
love
don't
it.
worry about it.
I love it.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm starting to branch out, and I've been blessed. I've done some different roles. I just did a big movie with Ryan Phillippe and Ving Rhames, and there was some other people up in there called Locksmith. Check that one out, though. I play a detective, and that came out about 2 years ago.
Nice.
So I was a crooked detective, so I must have been LAPD. But I tell people that all the time. But long story short, there are some other movies where I've been blessed to play some different roles. But yeah, mainly I'm getting called for, the Mexican Thug, Trigger, Chola 1.
Yeah.
Gangbanger
Cholo
2.
1,
Cholo
Gangbanger
1.
2, yeah.
Yeah, and hey, I'm like, as long as the check clears, whatever, I don't really care.
Is there one that you have your eye on? Like, have you ever thought about doing like a strictly or like a rom-com?
No, there is.
Or like
It's
a
funny
comedy?
you bring that up. So, like, I'm in the middle of right now. We're gonna start producing it maybe next year, but we're doing a romantic love comedy, kind of like Pretty Woman. So, the way to explain the movie in 3 sentences or less is a gangster who works at a 5-star restaurant who steals Hollywood's biggest main squeeze. So that gives you the Kodak.
Jessica Alba, we can get her in that. We can get
there
her
you
in
go,
that flick.
all day long, right?
Yep.
So that flick's gonna
Wow,
start
okay.
taking off. So that's gonna be a different role for me. It's gonna be a little bit of navigation right there. So yeah.
I like that.
Okay, I like that too.
I also like how you were one of the only actors in Mayans who didn't ever ride a motorcycle.
Hey, right.
Do you know how to ride at all or no?
No, I don't.
Oh,
For real.
shoot. I had a million motorcycle questions. Okay, don't worry.
Nah, I don't know. How to
Me
ride.
either. It's okay.
I rode a dirt bike once. I don't know if that counts. But
You know what? I didn't mean to bring this up until just now. Do you like how, without no spoilers, did you like how Mayans ended? Because I loved it. My fiance hated it because obviously she was in love with certain characters.
Man. I didn't like it. It kind of threw me off track, to be real, and I didn't want to know how it ended.
Yeah.
Because I don't read the scripts. I just
We learned.
We know.
yeah. I don't know how to read. I need a script with
Now I'm
pictures.
gonna watch
I didn't want to go there, but no, I'm playing.
I'm gonna
But,
watch everything you do now and be like, he didn't know.
He
what
had
the fuck
no
was going
idea.
on.
Oh man. At the starting it was funny. I used to read the scripts at the starting, but they do so many rewrites and script changes.
Good point.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just why I just
Wasting
read
time.
my part and I'm good like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't really care to read the thing because I know I'm going to watch it.
Sure. I try to explain to Lizette because she missed the Sopranos era. So I try to explain to her how divisive and controversial the ending of Sopranos was. And so recently, like with Mayans, in my family and my fiance's family, it's divisive also. I'm like, I think that was a great ending. They go, no, I loved him. I wish it didn't. No
I don't
spoilers.
remember
End
that.
that way.
I know when he got killed, like that was
Okay.
it threw everybody. It threw everybody.
It did.
Yeah, it threw everybody off. But,
I liked stuff
I
like
mean,
that,
the
though.
series was still good.
Such a good series.
Yeah, they were crunched on time for that series, so they had to end it the way that they did, and yeah.
I like it.
It was good though.
So good.
Yeah.
Love Mayans.
It was making noise. It was making
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah.
I wish it would have went longer. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Any chance? I thought there was another spinoff coming. Do we know? Or are these just rumors?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's doing a different show.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he kind of wanted to veer off that and do a different show.
Okay. If they need a dead body in a motorcycle gang, let me know.
I know, right?
I'm down to die.
If I would have known you from season 1,
Thank you, Noel.
It would have been game over,
Because
man.
hella people died in the Mayans.
Yeah.
I could have
I
been laid out like
know.
in
Yeah,
every,
set up the meeting late, P, man. What's wrong with you, dog?
in every episode.
Yeah.
Did you know, Lizette, one of the main reasons Noel is here in Sacramento this week is to speak to the kids and uplift the youth?
I did know that because I'm the one that told you.
Hello.
I thought you just told me.
Hello.
No, Noel told me.
No, I told you.
Well, he told me in the hallway.
I verified it.
He verified it.
Okay, yeah.
But I
How
love
was
that.
that, by the way? I did
No, it
want
was
to bring
cool. I
that
mean,
up.
long story short, it's a homeless summit youth thing that was going on out here in Sacramento. And long story short, man, I didn't even know. It's crazy to even hear what I heard. They work all over.
Yeah.
Not just California. They work all over the United States, and they do a lot, right? But I think the numbers were in California alone, just like the city of San Bernardino, for example. There's 400,000 kids that are homeless.
Yeah.
That's just in one city. I mean, one county.
That's
San
insane.
Bernardino
that's
County.
crazy.
It's like just to think about how many people are homeless out there. It hit me kind of hard. I was like, I knew homeless was a problem.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was that extensive of a problem as when you get the actual numbers.
Sure.
It just puts you like, damn.
Yeah.
But long story short, we were doing, and you can only help so many and save who you can, et cetera, but we were doing a homeless youth summit where we were helping homeless kids get into homes.
I love
That
that.
was the purpose of the little sentimental moment here now, huh?
I
Yeah.
know.
I'm like,
It went
well,
from
it's
here to
huge.
there.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
guys all like-
damn.
Well, I love the fact that you were involved in that. And when people hear homelessness
You don't
and they
think of
hear
kids.
numbers, no, well, you think of tents. You think of tent city. You're like, oh, that's a lot of tents.
The
But
crackheads I saw down the street
right.
a few hours ago.
Sure, but my like half of my family are teachers or in the teaching industry, and homelessness could mean these students are sleeping in their car. They don't have a home, but they're living out of their car, and they go to school every day, and they have friends, and they learn, and they're trying to educate, but they don't have a house. They are living in a car or a shelter. So people just automatically think, oh, homeless tent. No, there's kids living in shelters or hotels or houses, and Noel is a part of this outreach that helps them.
I was homeless when I was young and went through it, so it does hit the heart,
Yeah.
for real. But one of the things that they were talking about at the homeless summit was a lot of these kids don't have bank accounts because they have to get it signed by a parent
That's
in
true.
order to have a bank account. So right now they're trying to pass a law where now you can open a bank account at any age, just so they can have money in a bank.
I like
be able
that.
to buy or do whatever, because you think about these kids that are homeless, they can't carry actual cash on them or whatever. It'd be hard to store so much, right? So that was one of the things that they were trying to pass, a new law that they're trying to pass where I don't think it's any age, but a certain age where
Sure.
you're younger than usual,
Right.
where you're able to open up a bank account so you could kind of have some kind of income, or if you get money, you can put it somewhere safe.
What's the name of the organization too? I want to make
kids.
sure they get their
It's Homeless Youth Summit, I believe.
Homeless Youth Summit.
I
Okay.
think that's what it's called. Yeah. Now I gotta make sure that's the name. You're gonna have me searching. What's it called?
Oh,
Yes, Youth Empowerment Summit. I
Yes,
was giving
Youth-
them a multiple choice in ABC. So it was Yes, Youth Empowerment Summit.
I love that.
Yeah, that's
right.
the one. But yeah, shout outs to them, man. They're helping a lot of kids. They're putting a lot of kids in homes, and they're doing it the right way. You know, they're actually doing it too, where like some of the kids have to go through a little bit of a process.
Sure.
Because you know the deal, man. You can help people, but you can only help the ones who want to be helped. You know, some people will take the free ride as long as you give it to them. But so there's a little process of how it works, and then they get placed. And a lot of these kids too are getting adopted.
That's
so
awesome.
That's awesome too. So yeah, a lot of cool things happening right there.
I got a buddy, and then we'll go to Quavo. We have a question about your co-star in this movie.
Yeah.
Hello.
I have a buddy who's in radio now, but he was a foster child. He went from foster home to foster home, and his thing now is because when you turn 18, I'm piecemealing this story together. It may not be 100% accurate, but when you turn 18, you graduate out of the foster system, and a lot of times they just go, all right, go out into the world, and they don't have suitcases or stuff, so it's just a bag. They just have a garbage bag full of their stuff. So he helps these organizations that make that transition a little easier, a little more, I don't know, like respectful. Like, hey, we have suitcases for you.
Yeah,
We
it's
have
just not
stuff
like just
for
kicking
you.
them out and saying good luck.
Yeah, they kicked my buddy out to the street. I mean, now he's on the radio and he's able to advocate for these kids, but it's stuff like that you don't know the
that's so
behind the scenes
sad.
of.
I
Right,
could never
right.
imagine putting my son out at 18. I can't believe some like families like do
Nowadays,
that. I
there's
guess-
no shame in it, man. Everything's expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't. I barely made it,
Yeah.
and I was in my 20s. You know, when I left home. Like, and I know some families are that way. It's a cultural thing or whatever the case. That they're like, well, you're 18, bye. Like, you're not my problem anymore. Figure it out. Go live your life. Just fucking do it. Get
right.
out.
Like you got
And I'm
wings
just
now,
like,
fly.
yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, I can't. I'm. That's like setting your kids up for failure because who knows what the fuck they're doing at 18. You know.
Right.
So I'm
right.
glad that there's resources and there's people out there to help, especially the ones who don't have families and they're just let out into the world with nothing and no knowledge of anything, and that's just so sad.
Yeah. So let's end this on a positive note. What's the question we have about
After
Noel's
we're all done crying.
his co-star?
Is there anything else you want to talk about first with your new movie coming out?
No, that was it pretty much. Just go check it out. Going to be in theaters. Going to be streaming all over.
It might be good. It might not be good.
I got another movie with John Travolta that I did that came out about 3 years ago called Paradise City. So this is my second one with them. So yeah, check that one out, Paradise City, if you haven't saw it already. And then check out the new one coming out called Cash Out. But yeah, man, excited. Just it's always never about what you did. It's about what you're doing or
Sure.
what's new now. So
Sure.
that's my new now right there. You know.
I love
okay.
it.
How
Get it.
tight are you with Quavo?
No, we're cool, but we ain't tight. Like, we're not calling each other on birthdays and stuff, but we're straight. We're cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Quavo's a cool cat, man. He was high filming, high offset, high onset. He was high
All right.
24/7. I was like, man, Quavo,
I bet.
I don't know.
Quavo, cool cat.
I don't know how much you've been keeping up with all of this like rap beef that's been coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, a little bit. But I
Did
don't
you
really-
hear Chris Brown's Quavo diss record and then Quavo's Chris Brown diss record that he did after?
Nah, I didn't hear that. I'll be
Are you
Your
just
boys
saying
are
that
going
because
at
you don't
it.
want to talk about it?
No, I'm being real. I didn't hear that. Like, real talk. Like, I'm not.
Because-
Look, I'm still stuck on Tupac, if you want the
Oh
honest
my
truth.
God, yes.
To me, Tupac is still alive. I'm just kidding, but you get what I'm
Okay,
saying.
I don't know how-
Like, I'm bumping Tupac 24/7.
He's in
sure.
Cuba.
That's my dude. I don't really care about like the new rappers, you know?
Got it.
Damn, yeah, fuck
a great
Quavo.
answer.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say that.
Well,
You
he
said
didn't say that.
He said, I don't
hello.
care about the new rappers.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
not
I-
like
he
That's
that.
what I
say
heard.
that.
Just
You're
mean-
right.
He just said
You guys
that.
are instigators.
And he's in a
man.
movie with him.
Instigators,
I know.
Ooh, that movie comes out in 2 days from now. It's also starring
You heard
John
what I
Travolta.
said right
and
here
now
on
we're
this
gonna watch
one,
it
on
and be
this
like,
radio
he can't
show.
fucking stand
No,
that guy.
it's like Ocean's 11. It's a bank heist. And Noel didn't even read the script, probably because he knew Quavo had
I
lines
might
in there.
catch a case on this radio show right now.
No, I was just gonna ask what you thought about the back and forth in the music, or I don't know if you've even seen a lot of what people are saying online. They're like, It's not looking good for your boy right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know about that, but I don't care because it's not my beef, and I don't get involved in
It's
what I
not
don't
mine
need.
either. It's just fun
No,
to
I know.
listen to.
I'm just saying I don't care to get involved in what I'm not involved in. You know what I mean?
I was
Not
just
my
going to
business.
ask your thoughts. I'm not trying to
got
get you involved.
No, I'm telling you my
know?
thoughts. If it's not my business, I keep it not my business.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Noel, we didn't know that you are so familiar and so you're up in Sacramento so often. So
No, I was back in the day. Not
got it.
anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say open door invitation, but you know,
It's still open door
No,
invitation. If
oh,
you're
it's
ever
love,
in
man.
town,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's all love. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys ever go to OC, let me know.
he's got Disneyland
Okay.
passes
Yeah,
and Kmart hookup.
I'll walk you in through the back.
Walk me into the
Kmart. There's no more Kmart's out there. They're all shut down.
They're all shut down, yeah.
All of them.
We
Yeah.
know why.
Red Lobster is also filing for bankruptcy.
Really?
Yeah.
So
You
it's
know
good.
why? Because
Did you work there also?
COVID 27. Is that what? No, I'm kidding.
no, they're Endless Shrimp. They lost a lot of money with their Endless Shrimp promotion.
Oh, really?
So they
Oh,
might be
wow.
closing some Red
There's
Lobsters.
some inside tips for you guys.
Sorry,
right here.
Red Lobster.
Get it all right here on iHeart.
Exactly. All right. So by the next time we see you, I'll be a dead body. You'll learn how to ride a motorcycle. Lizette, you'll continue with your nursing school, and then
No.
we'll touch base again.
No,
okay,
I won't
you're done.
be.
Got it. All right. Thank you for being part of the show and part of the podcast.
Oh,
Noel.
no, it's all love, man. Thanks for having me. I love you guys, man. Time was cool, man. Follow me on my Instagram, too, Actor Noel G. If you guys got the gram, Actor Noel G. Give me a follow right there. Kiss 107.9, iHeart, man. Much love, respect. Thank you, guys. And, I'm out.
Thank you, sir.